Hello to all my fellow agoraphobics. I'm assuming the bulk of you have got an interest or a problem with anxiety or stress or panic or whatever. Perhaps you're not agoraphobic yet. I don't know why I said yet. How negative is that? Sorry. Anyway, I've received loads of really nice messages after doing all my videos and things. And I thought it was about time I did an update, because it's been probably 3 months or so since I did the last one, and I thought I'd try and cover a few subjects that might apply and might help some of you. I've made a couple of notes, otherwise I thought I'm just going to end up rambling and boring you all to tears. So one of the things that I have come to realise, and has been pointed out to me, that so much of our situation is based on, and that, I mean, you might not even realise it, but it's based on worrying about what other people think. Worrying about being judged, worrying about how we're being perceived, because, I mean, mental health is still quite not frowned on, but it raises an eyebrow, you know, and not in a good way, you know. I've always viewed it as my weakness, and I don't think we should, because everyone's got some kind of issue, everyone's got some little, you know, a hang up or a phobia. And I mean, when someone's scared of, say, spiders, or, you know, or they're claustrophobic, people just, you know, oh, they don't bat an eyelid. So why should it be any different for any other kind of phobia? You know, we're all unique, we're all different. It'd be boring if we were all the same. So yeah, I think we've got to remind ourselves that we can't control the way people think about us, and we're never going to be able to get in their heads and really know. But what we've got to try to remember is to stop thinking we've got a crystal ball and that we can guess and imagine what they're thinking, because we don't know. And I'm the world's worst, you know. When I go out, say I do the school run, I'm in a rush and I've got no makeup on, I'm kind of hiding, because I think, you know, all those other mums that have got up early and they've got all their full, you know, makeup on, they probably think, oh, look at the state of her. But, you know, it shouldn't matter on the grand scheme of things, you know. Yes, I know appearances count, and I do try to make the best of myself generally, but we're all human, and, you know, it doesn't depict who we are, how we look. Although I know in this day and age, looks are so important, and I think it's the source of so much unhappiness. How many people do you know are 100% happy with their appearance? You know, whether it's their weight, the size of their nose, the size of their bum, their hair, or whatever. No one's 100% happy. We all, you know, we're all striving to look better and make the best of ourselves, and which is fine as long as you don't then focus on it and make yourself miserable. So that was my first point, is to try not to constantly worry about what people are thinking. And I'm going to try and follow my own advice, because I do it. I do, you know, even if I go out and I am anxious, you know, and I'm feeling panicky, I'm constantly worrying that someone else is going to notice. And it's not just that I worry that I'm going to make myself look silly, but I worry what their reaction is going to be. You know, are they going to freak out? Are they going to treat me like a leper? You know, are they going to want to get as far away from me as possible because they think I'm a Fruit Loop or whatever? Or are they just thinking, oh, she's a nut job or whatever? They're probably not thinking any of those things, because half the time they can't even tell. But worrying about that just adds to the stress. So by saying to ourselves, well, hey ho, you know, chances are they've had a panic attack before. Most people have, and it's no big deal. And by that, you can just, you know, take a step down and think, well, so what? So be it. You know, it will pass. That's what I always try and tell myself. It will pass. And freaking out and worrying about it and adding to the worries about what other people are thinking about it, it's just escalating. You're feeding it. So by just giving yourself time out, see, this was the next thing I was going to say, is be kind to yourself. If you just tell yourself it's okay, you know, in your head you say to yourself, okay, I'm a bit anxious about this and I'm getting a bit panicky, but it's okay. It's okay to feel like that. It's not going to last, and it will pass. And try and distract yourself with the simple things, you know, rather than focusing on what you're feeling physically, which I know I do. Try to just look around you, or focus on something small, you know, maybe play with your phone, or, you know, whatever, anything that's going to distract you, just long enough for things to improve, and then that will snowball, and, you know, and you will come out of it. What was the next thing I wanted to... Oh, yeah, another thing. It goes back to, I suppose, other people. One of my worst habits is comparing myself to others. Well, by doing that, I always put them in a category of successful, and I put myself in a category of a failure. Which really I'm not, you know, and I'm sure you're not either. But I bet you sometimes walk down the street and you see someone and you think, oh, she looks really confident, and, you know, and she's really pretty, and look at her boyfriend, or she's got a lovely family, or, you know, you look at people's holiday pictures on Facebook and you think, oh, I can never do that, I can never go on holiday. But it's not helpful to do that, comparing yourself to others. What you've always got to remember is everyone's got problems. And I mean, I always think to myself, oh, they're going on holiday and doing this, I bet it was wonderful and it was sunny and la la la. Whereas in reality, they probably had a nightmare queuing at the airport. You know, that it was probably stressful getting the kids, you know, keeping them entertained. They were probably whinging and whining. Then you've got, you know, to go through customs and whatever, and remembering everyone's passports and things and what you can and can't take. And I mean, who's to say they didn't get on that holiday and get an upset stomach, or, you know, the hotel room wasn't what they expected, and or the weather wasn't great, and you just saw a few little snapshots of happy, and you think automatically, oh, they had a wonderful time, it was perfect and lovely, and they're so lucky. And, you know, just come back down to earth. You know, not everyone else's life is perfect, and I'm not saying, you know, feel elated by other people's misery. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know, just stop imagining that everyone else's lives are great and that you're the only one who's having a shit time, because it's not true. Next thing, oh, helpful things. Keep a diary. I have found, I don't keep it religiously, I don't do it every single day, because some days I think, well, I've had such a rubbish day, it's just going to be doom and gloom, and if I ever read back on that, you know, it's just going to be depressing. If you feel that you want to write down what, you know, what's happened, whether it's negative or positive, sometimes it is good to be able to reflect, because then you can see if you've made progress. And also it acts as like a confidant or a best friend. You know, if I find that I've got things on my mind that are just going round and round and round, And I would love more than anything to share them with someone, but someone isn't around. And also, you know, you can write in there exactly what's on your mind. You haven't got to adapt it to make it more acceptable for someone else's ears. You can write exactly what's on your mind, no matter how weird, freaky, depressing, or whatever it may sound. You can write it in there, and it is a little bit of an offload. You know, once it's down on paper and you've got it off your mind, I find it is beneficial. Okay, phone's ringing. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to take this call. I don't know who it is. Hang on.